If a company reached out and offered to buy your home for cash, no showings, no waiting, just a quick sale, it would probably sound pretty appealing. But before you say yes, there's something you really need to understand about how these offers work, because most homeowners who take them didn't realize how much money they ended up leaving on the table. Here's what's actually going on with these cash offers that you've seen on TV or received a flyer on your doorstep for. They're being made by companies that are investment companies or real estate investment companies. They buy your home below what it's really worth. They may or may not do some work to it, and then they sell it for a profit. Many turn around and start marketing your property to other investors or even real estate agents for a lot more than what you sold it to them for before the deal is even closed. According to Bankrate, sellers who go this route walk away with, on average, 9 to 20% less than what they would have gotten by selling the property on the open market. And in California, where the median home price is around $800,000, that 9 to 20% is not some small number. We're talking about anywhere from $70,000 to $160,000 or more out of your pocket on average. And that's before their fees. And yes, there's fees. One person shared on Reddit that they had a home worth just over $400,000 and were offered $310,000. But here's the part that catches most people off guard. That $310,000 is not even your final number. These companies then subtract their service fees or processing fees or whatever repairs they decide the home needs from that offer, even though many of them are touting no repairs, no commissions, etc. So what started as $310,000 could shrink even further by the time you get to the closing table. Over the years, I've taken so many calls from homeowners who got a cash offer from an online company or something they saw on TV. And almost every time it turned into a bait and switch. They're drawn in by the promise of no commissions, no real estate costs, but then the offer shows up with service fees, processing fees that often end up being much higher than the traditional real estate costs. When those sellers gave me the opportunity to actually market the home, I told them the same thing. We'll more than cover those costs in the final price. And every single time that proved true. One that really sticks with me was a small house in Lakewood, California. The seller walked away with over $140,000 more than the original cash offer that he had received before I started working with him. And yes, that's after net, after all the real estate costs were paid. So when you really get into the details of how cash offers work, many of them can be similar to payday loans. Look, I get it. There might be a special circumstance or an emergency where you need cash ASAP, but payday loans come with a very hefty price with tons of fees. Cash offers work similarly. If you're dealing with something serious, a major illness, a financial crisis, a job moving you across the country in 2 weeks, and you genuinely cannot go through the process of selling, then the convenience might be attractive. But that is a very specific situation, and I'm here to tell you that even if you absolutely have to sell fast, you have options that will yield you far more for your property. An experienced agent can still help you with a private sale to an investor, but I suggest working with an agent that has maybe 3 to 4 reputable investors that they can show your home or property to, so you have a few offers to choose from. This way, if you have to go the investor option, you know you're at least getting a fair market offer. If you take the one the guy on TV offers you, how will you know that you just didn't give away a ton of money all under the guise of saving on real estate commissions? Here's the truth. You don't really know what your home is worth until you put it in front of the market, or at the very least, multiple serious, reputable buyers, not just the investor from a postcard or the guy you saw on TV. One offer isn't a strategy, it's a shortcut. And usually it's one that's going to cost you a lot of money.